Hi, my name's Azzah Manuova, and I'm interviewing another wise woman on my program, Women's Wisdom, Elsanne Barrows. Elsanne, you've got a whole community, you've created a whole community, especially in this country where we are, Mexico, of tribal dances.
That's right, Azzah. You want me to tell you a little?
Tell me about that, because it's big, it's huge, it's all over Mexico.
Huge.
A community of tribal dancers, and you have graduates, teachers that you've produced. Yeah, tell me about that. Tell me the history of how you got into all of this.
Well, belly dance is a really ancient art form, as you know, and you practice it as well, that is all about women's wisdom, and it's all about using our bodies in ways that are wise for our bodies to know things. For example, they say that originally these were exercises designed for childbirth. So for example, the circular motion of the pelvis was to help the baby find its way down into the birth canal. Shoulder shimmies that talk about the movement of the breasts were to illustrate the importance of lactation. They talk about how the undulation this was all information given from the elders of the tribe to the young women about to be married, about tips for their new life as wives and mothers. So the undulation was to illustrate the importance of being flexible and going with the flow. And the side-to-side movements of the body were to talk about how her body would now change and be more curvaceous as she became a mother and a wife. And
the strengthening of all of the muscles,
parts, right? Which is really, your organs are much happier, your digestion's much happier, and it's a very feminine thing to do. And came to belly dance, it was, as a dancer, as a person who enjoyed moving her body, I wanted to try another dance form. And I saw these women when they got all dressed up and they were all amazingly gorgeous and they performed. I thought, that's so beautiful, but I would never do that. Performing is just not my thing, and all that makeup and all that, no. It just wasn't my thing. But I admired what they were doing and I thought it was fabulous. And my teacher was also a very large woman. She is a very large woman, and she's a person who empowers, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. The point is that I feel like I had some basic things about my personality that make me want to do this dance, but only as a dance form. Then I come to Mexico, and the dance form, I'm taking all these different kinds of dance, because that's why I came in the first place, to try salsa and cumbia and whatever. I was just really into dance, because through dance is where I find my ecstasy. Many people find it in prayer, they find it through religion.
Chanting,
they find it through other ways, and for me it's through dance. And up to that point it was freestyle dance. I couldn't be bothered to learn steps and technique. That was just like a pain in my ass. But when I tried, I thought, well, I'll try this. And I really enjoyed the challenge. And then I moved to Mexico to try these other kind of dances. And then someone asked me, they said, I heard about this new style of belly dance called tribal style belly dance. Well, it just so happened that was the style of belly dance I had been learning in Prescott, Arizona with Terry Walden. And the style of belly dance is called tribal style belly dance. At the time I didn't know that there was a difference. I just knew that in one of the classes I was taking of belly dance, the women were really nice to me, and there was a lot of sisterhood feeling, very earthy, very ethnic, whereas the other class I was taking was nice, and it was regular Egyptian belly dance, but there wasn't that same feeling of camaraderie, and I thought, well, there's something here. But anyway, if you're going to pick between two classes, I guess I would pick where I feel more welcome. And so that's how I started. And then I realized tribal style belly dance, like the word implies, tribe is danced in a group. So it's an interdependent group of women who are giving each other cues to improvise in the moment. So it's not choreographies, it's group improvisation. And I have always, as a dancer, loved improvisation in all of its forms. I've done contact improv and just freestyle. Like, that's my true love, is all of that stuff. But I like to inform my movements through these techniques of dance. And so tribal style belly dance, somebody said, do you know about that? And I said, well, yes, I do. And I'm already a teacher by trade, so I thought, well, you just take the new information and apply it with your teacher tools and start to teach class. And I just kind of have the teacher personality. And so I started to teach in Instituto Allende, and I really never stopped. And so in order to dance tribal style belly dance, you have to have other people. It's important. And I was never a performer. I never had the desire to perform, really. That was very secondary to me, because I can't go to ecstasy Zen on stage. Or very seldom can I. It's more about them. It's not so much about me. And that's okay. That's the way a stage performance should be. But I'm just not a performer type. You know, I'm not. That's not me. I'm a teacher type, and I'm a go inside type. But so the performance angle is something I had to develop, and now I enjoy it very much. And I started to teach people around, and basically people liked it. And I was the first teacher in this country of this style without meaning to be or without realizing it. And then people started to call me to teach workshops around the nation. And now I've been all over the country, into Colombia and Spain and Argentina. So I'm rocking and rolling in Seattle.
That's fantastic. That's
Thank you.
great.
So now I have 85, I developed a teacher training program. And I have 85 graduates around the country and all their little tribelets. And so basically we're all this huge, happy family.
Co-creative, interdependent. Linking women's wisdom, linking. As opposed to ranking. That
is now, like, I'm teaching my classes from this perspective of we are not in competition with each other. We need one another. In order to give a good performance, we have to all be good, not just one or two. And so that sort of interdependence and that tribe sensation is something that from a very primal chakra we all need. We need to belong.
We need to belong. We need to connect. Absolutely. And having people around you makes you bigger and greater, doesn't it?
Absolutely. One all by myself, I'm only as great as I think I am. Whereas if we are together and we're feeding into everybody's energy. And I have to say, after classes, there's always this sensation of nobody really wants to leave. We're all on this really great sensation. We kind of don't want it to go away. And I love that. I don't know what that is, but it's a magic, and I love it. So,
because it's nurturing, isn't it? It's a nurturing energy, and different to Egyptian or Turkish.
And Egyptian and Turkish and all of that. Actually, that's a great segue to describing where does tribal style belly dance come from? Because tribal style, you think, okay, well, are we talking about African tribes, or are we talking about? We're not talking about any tribe in specific. This is a fantasy dance created in the United States in San Francisco in the late 70s. So. The late 70s were like the precursors of what is now called tribal style belly dance. So it was women wearing a little bit more earthy ethnic costuming versus the chiffon and the scantily clad. It's women dancing in a group instead of just one by herself doing a dance of seduction. It's a whole different angle, and these women in San Francisco in the 70s, so it's basically birth of that movement, of the hippie movement, women's liberation movement. It's from that. So it came down through there, and now it's this codified system of signals that we give each other and we communicate. So you need to have eye contact, you need to have communication, and when you have eye contact, you have it's very intimate. To dance and look at somebody else in the eyes. So this dance is an American creation.
And it's also sharing joy, isn't it?
It's so joyful. It is so joyful. It is so fun. I have so much fun. And I laugh wholeheartedly. It's the way that I now go to my happy place, my nirvana place. So how does that differentiate from Egyptian and Turkish? When somebody describes a region, then they're usually describing a folkloric dance. So folkloric Egyptian dance or folkloric Turkish dance. And that informs tribal style. Tribal style it's a fusion dance that takes from all the different areas that describe the Gypsy Trail. So the Gypsy Trail begins in India and ends in Spain, with one branch going through Eastern Europe and the Balkanic region and Turkey. The other branch going through Morocco and Egypt, Northern Africa, Tunisia, ending up also. So all of those, what we do is a conglomeration, it's a fusion of any of those dances.
Fantastic.
So it doesn't represent any place in specific, which maybe is very, it's something that today's woman, we're much more global, we're much more, there's just a whole lot more
interdependent.
More interdependent.
Through it's a changing world. I mean, I'm getting news from Egypt, from Turkey, from Australia, from Russia, from everywhere in a second.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm connected to the world. Mm-hmm. So it is. It's a totally new world. It's an interconnection that's happening, isn't it?
So the original...
On all levels, dance, politically, religious, the whole lot.
The original name of this style of belly dance is American Tribal Style Belly Dance, because it is an American creation. I just wanted to make that clear, because also the author of it, or the founder, is Carolyn Enriquez from Fat Chance Belly Dance. Her group in San Francisco.
So you've created this community.
It's huge now. It's huge. It's amazing. And we have I have a festival here every year and a half, 2 years, where I bring my teachers, and all of the people I've trained are invited to teach a workshop also, and they usually bring their tribes, and it's like a big, family reunion or a powwow. And it's full of this good energy of people accepting each other, versus what is normally known in the belly dance world down here in Mexico is a little bit more of the kind of Barbie doll, sexy and perfect, and solo dances, or a big ballet where everyone is stick thin and like that.
Yeah, but this is all shapes and sizes.
Yes, very inclusive, all ages and all shapes and sizes.
That's fantastic.
Because this dance originally, belly dance in general, was a dance for women in all stages of her life. From small child to older woman. It's low impact. The movements keep your spine supple and flexible throughout most of your life, which most people who are involved in the anti-aging thing will say that the best thing you can do for your spine long term is keep it supple, keep it flexible, keep it turning. Dance is an art, and just like any art reflects the society that it's in. It is a product of us in this time. So who are women in this time? Women are people who want to connect. Yet most of us in the Western world are pretty nomadic, and we don't live where we were born, and we don't have these extensive roots. At least I don't, and many people in the U.S. don't. So where are you from? Who are you? And there's no sense of belonging. There's no sense of tribe. There's no sense of longevity. So that's, I think, why many women seek this style of dance. And also, this style of dance seems to be populated by very independent women, very artistic, and very nonconformists, and I just love that about it.
That's fantastic. Okay.
And also the dance form, just another little detail about it, is that because it is group improv, it requires that we have a leader giving the cues, but that leader is not the same leader the whole time. It changes. So it allows everybody the chance to try her hand at leadership, which is something that benefits us all. It requires clear communication, which is something that benefits us all. It requires for you to subvert your ego sometimes, so that somebody else can say something or make a dance proposition. So it's got all these personal growth levels too that I really love. The emotional growth has just been amazing in terms of working with other people. It's hard, but it's really beneficial because of the long-term benefits. Maybe right now I'll have to stop saying what I want to say in the interest of group peace, but then later I can, I don't know, somehow it's all about the give and take of the tribe. And I think that just like families of yore, where maybe you didn't love your aunt so-and-so, but you put up with her in family functions, and it's kind of the same thing here with working with a tribe of dancers, is that maybe you don't love so-and-so, but you learn to work with it. Instead of just being like, well, I'm done with you, and now I'm going to go do my own thing.
Right. So you learn to work with your own ego needs, actually.
Absolutely.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's amazing. And how does this connect with, different chakras or...
Oh, tons. Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, the base chakra, I don't know a whole lot about the chakras, but I do know that what we do using all the movements of the spine is that we're moving all the chakras. They're getting movement, and they're getting whatever it is that chakras need to do to make themselves function. So maybe I'm stuck here. Well, if I do some movements like this and like this, I'm not stuck there anymore. So there's that, and also if you want to evolution, if you're blocked in your base chakra,
nothing's moving. The energy's not moving.
Many women are blocked in their pelvises. Many people are blocked in their pelvises.
Exactly. Many people.
So that's another benefit to this, is keeping that mojo flowing, you know, and it really does. It contributes to fertility, it contributes to self-esteem, it contributes to just tons of stuff, digestion, fascia. There's like the scientific level, and then there's the emotional level, and then there's the esoteric level. So it's got all of that.
Wow, isn't that great?
Yes. It is. I'm pretty excited about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
Azzah.
That's fantastic.